Okay. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of the podcast of the MKE podcast. And as you just heard, so my co-host Sniper, as he wants to be called, and then we also have Crip Santa Claus in the building. So just introduce yourselves real quick. Whoever wants to go first.
It's your boy, your neighborhood Crip Santa Claus, and I'm in the building here.
All right. Next co-host, please. All right.
Sorry, no, I'm just playing with y'all. Hey, it's your boy, Young Boy Nightshade, aka Young Key to the Ball.
Okay, so on this first podcast, I really don't know what we're gonna talk about. Whatever just comes up, comes up. That's just how this kind of works, essentially.
Alright, what we should do, we should talk about how many tries it took in order to make this podcast.
You're muffled, bro.
Why am I muffled? Why am
I
I
don't know.
muffled? Why am I
You sound muffled to me.
Why?
Get your damn
why?
shit, bitch.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna search up topics to talk. Topics.
Wow.
Okay. The first thing we're gonna talk about is how long it took us to get this together. There's a bunch of takes of me saying the intro and then the other two just laughing. I'm talking about just straight aha, straight just wow. Okay, buddy. Well, if that's the case, say an interesting fact about yourself. Just talk real
You
quick.
feel me? I'm 16. You feel me? My favorite color is blue. Everything I wear is blue. You feel me? And my favorite rapper is Blueface. So you feel me? We in here. You know?
Alright, so let's just talk about social media. How do you guys feel that's affecting our generation?
The what?
Social media. How do you feel like that's affecting our generation?
Kids be on their phone a little too much. Go outside and play, my nigga. Like, damn. Get it together, bro.
You right, but also
At the same time, it helps make new friends.
Get off your phone,
But then,
dummy.
at the same time, you got these perverts out here being perverts.
you're right. But at the
So-
same time, it also
But at
could,
the same time, though, it also creates more communication throughout the world.
you're
But at the
right.
same time, though, you don't want to involve yourself with, creepy people. That's why you got to be careful. That's why I
By
be
the
trying
way-
to tell these kids.
By the way, the
stay
people
off
who are
phone,
the people
bro.
who are looking at the podcast, I wasn't playing Overwatch. I was one of my friends. But anyway, so if social media, do you think social media is good or bad, or do you think it's a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both in my eyes, you know what I'm saying? Because, you got your good effects and you got your bad effects. You know
Alright,
what I'm
so
saying? It's
Key,
like, yeah.
what's your opinion of the matter? All right, no response. Cool first podcast. Anyway,
I
so
love this game.
that's not what we were talking about. We're talking about social media. What do you think about it? Do you think it's good or bad?
I think it's sex garbage.
All right. Do you think social
Cause
media?
social media is garbage.
All right.
Boom. That's my final verdict.
Do you think like the new technology nowadays could lead to child obesity, since kids don't really go
Yes.
outside anymore?
Because you don't go outside, you freaking raisins.
Just sitting in the house. Eating, go outside and exercise, man. Jesus.
Yeah.
Back in my day, when I was young, my grandma used to say, take your ass outside, boy, and get off that game. You ain't gonna be in this game all day. And I was like, I got you, grandma. And that's why I'm fit. I'm lying. I may not be fit, but I'm a decent size, you feel me?
Alright, so let's talk about time travel for a second. How do you think that's gonna come of age, and do you think it ever will come of age?
Me, I think it will come of age. Being the scientist that I am, I'm lying. I'm not a scientist. But I feel like one day it will come.
But do you think it's gonna be like Back to the Future rules, or do you think it's gonna be something completely different?
What do you mean, Back to the Future rules?
So like I'm saying, how Back to the Future, he goes back, he goes into the past, he almost smashes his grandma or his mom.
Yeah. Oh.
And then
yeah.
how you can't run into yourself? Do you think that's gonna be a thing? Or
Yeah,
Do you think it's gonna be like the Netflix movie See You Tomorrow, where you just no, not even that, or do you think it's gonna be like you go back in time, but you hop into the body, but your soul hops into the body of the body that was in that time period? Do you think it's gonna be something like that, or do you think it's just gonna be Back to the Future?
I think it's just gonna be a little Back to the Future bit.
Alright. So
Yeah,
Key,
you're not saying.
Key, how do you think about that? What do you think?
Mr. Key Burry.
Key Baree, what do you think about time travel? Do you think it's gonna be more Back to the Future rules, or your soul goes back into that body that was in that time period?
I think it's gonna be 2 years.
2 years. So Back to the Future
It's gonna be 2
rules.
years.
Okay, so that's fine.
Back to life. Back to reality.
Okay,
Sorry.
so since we're on the topic of time travel and stuff from stuff from back in the day, what's your
old.
favorite like old cartoon?
Old cartoon.
SpongeBob.
I used to watch Doug a lot. Doug off
Doug?
of Doug off of Nick. And
Yeah.
I used to watch all that. Just
Yo, that boy
90s
Popeye
back in the day
crazy.
period, bro.
Popeye
One of
is
my
crazy.
favorites, I'd say Keenan and Kel. You know what I'm saying? Classic, such a classic.
I never watched that as a kid.
You're dead. You need to die.
Okay.
Basically, is what I'm saying. You need to die.
All
Not
right.
necessarily die, but die and come back to life.
So, if that's the case, since we talk about time travel, some cartoons. What do you guys think about the modern age of cartoons? Do you think they're better,
Modern age?
worse? Yeah, I'm
Nah,
talking about
lame.
cartoons that are rolling out right
Straight
now.
lame. Straight lame.
Straight Dookie
They're
Booty.
complete
It's lame and it's sad.
garbage.
It's so lame
Trash.
and it's sad.
Bruh,
It makes no.
the only
They're trying to bring the LGBTQ.
Yeah, Community. Yes.
Yeah, they trying to bring that onto every cartoon. They're making they're making someone from Arthur gay, and it's really crazy. Like,
I know,
this is ridiculous, y'all.
But look,
Come on, man.
look, you can have another opinion about that. You could be like, oh, the LGBTQ, they weren't really in TV shows back in the day. They
You're
weren't
right,
really
you're right.
in anything.
No, listen, you're right. You're right about that. But I'm saying, like, they want to bring it into everything.
Yeah.
Like,
I
I
feel
understand
you.
they want to get their. I understand they want to have their little shine and everything.
Yeah, they want to get their
but,
moment.
Like, now they're just pushing it by very far. And
Like how Woody was going to
it's-
be openly buying Toy Story 4. Like,
exactly.
that's a
And,
kid
A
movie.
rumor goes around that Spider-Man might be openly gay, and I don't know about it. I don't know.
yeah, see, that's what I can agree on, but the other side is like, if this wasn't a thing, maybe if they did it slower, it wouldn't be as bad. Like if they didn't roll out the LGBTQ like community stuff into all types of media this fast, I think more people would be okay with it.
Listen, man, I have nothing against the community, bro.
Same
All
here.
I'm saying is just calm down. We know
they
about you.
should
We hear you.
have implemented.
We definitely hear you guys,
Yeah.
bro. But like, just relax, calm down.
And like,
you
I feel
can't-
like
you
next
can't
up,
bring that on everything, bro.
I feel you, and I feel like next up for the like the TV revolution, is gonna be more Hispanics and Asians, cause you barely see any of those people like
Low key, bro.
you don't see them on TV as much.
Yeah.
And now when they do come up, I wonder if they're gonna push it like that, a bunch of more Asian movies, like that
You know
movie.
what I gotta say? Since we're talking about races and everything, how come there aren't a lot of black people in these commercials that are on TV? That's what
Well,
I want to know.
there's from like maybe the 80s to now. There's been a bunch more black people on TV from like the 80s to now because it's
It
changed.
has, but I'm saying like right now, it has not been a lot.
Well,
Not a lot.
I don't know, cause that's up to the TV producers, and I feel like
You
it
know,
is
it's crazy. How do I
unfair.
know this when I don't even watch TV?
I feel like it is unfair for the I don't know what to call them. How Caucasians can rule like the TV media, and like I feel
Yeah.
like that's not okay. It should just be diversified between every sexuality orientation,
Exactly.
race,
I respect it, bro. I
or
respect
however
it,
you
bro.
feel.
I
Now,
respect
if
it.
the day TV's like that, it's probably the day our grandkids are alive, because who knows about this? And here's another thing that's been on my mind. You know how everybody's talking about like raiding Area 51?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like millions of people are gonna go, well, have signed up to go. Millions of people won't like save the ocean or save the earth, the things that their kids are gonna have to live on in like 2050. It's crazy how much just social media can affect things. But like you could say
Yeah.
that same thing about the turtles and nobody would care. But just about aliens in general, everybody's just so psyched about it. That's something
I
that's
respect it, yeah.
that's something that's just like very weird.
The human race has their priorities all over the place.
Yeah, because the founding fathers did not fight for freaking just Arnold the alien to come out of Area 51, or like you try and get an Omnitrix. It's weird. It's definitely weird.
Yeah, man. What's the next topic, bro?
Let's see. What do you want to talk about? Just talk about anything, and then we'll just go off of it.
Police brutality.
Okay. Now this is a subject that could last for hours. But here's one thing. You know how in like black movies nowadays, like there's always a bad cop and then a black kid has to die for like the main characters to do something about it?
What
I don't-
movie are you talking about right now?
You know how See You Yesterday, did you ever watch that Netflix movie?
See you yesterday. No,
No.
I did not.
Or See You Tomorrow, I don't know which one. But have you seen like that pattern in movies nowadays? Like white officer, black kid dies.
Yeah,
You've seen
yeah,
that?
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
I don't like
That's
how
actually happening in real life
yeah,
too.
I know what's happening in real life, but I don't like how formulaic it's becoming in movies nowadays, in movies and TVs.
It's becoming something like a stereotype.
Yeah, of like, hey, there's a white officer, black kid, he might die just because. And you know that happens in real life,
Start
but
to think that.
in media you
But
shouldn't.
it shouldn't be that formal or whatever.
Yeah, it shouldn't be that formulaic where you see it all the time. There should be some people that take breaks. Where not every white person's a redneck. Where not every white person has a Confederate flag in the back of the pickup truck. Because that's just not how everybody is. And the more you show people like that, the more it's just get into their heads. It's like, oh, snap, you know, he's white. I might be afraid because I'm black. I don't want,
Yep.
like, I really don't want my kids to grow up like that. Because the sad truth is that they might have to. Like, I don't want to teach my kids what to do when they get pulled over by a police officer.
Exactly.
How you
I
gotta
don't
keep
wanna
your hands
I
up.
don't want my kids to fear the police when the
Exactly.
police are supposed to be
Protecting us.
I don't-
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's just like I don't want my kids to feel like that. To feel like they have to be nervous and cautious of just
MLK
any
would
police
be going
officer.
crazy right now.
Exactly. I just don't like that about today's
Kibari,
society.
Kibari, what's your take on all this, bro?
Police brutality.
That's not a take.
Why
That's
police using brutality in the first place? You feel me?
Exactly.
And like,
Yeah.
and like, the way that they're using it on my race is actually wild.
I feel you. Because
But
Because
let's
you know,
not- let's-
look, let's look at this, right? Boom. Police, right?
Mhm.
What about other races? The
Exactly.
other races be doing the same thing as us, right? But they don't
Yeah,
do
but-
anything.
They
But
don't,
look,
they don't, they don't,
see-
they don't die that much.
yeah, there's also a second opinion because you know how the Hispanics nowadays have to deal with ICE, and that's very bad. So like, I guess like it's so messed up to say this, but I guess every race gets its due with the police. Like blacks.
I don't want to put any of the races problems on a superior type of level. What I'm saying is police should do what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, they should protect and not
And
kill.
that is protect and serve.
Yeah, they
Not
shouldn't
kill and not
Protect
care.
and not deflect.
And not all,
Exactly.
and the other thing with the movies is not all white cops are bad. That's the
Exactly.
thing. Not all white cops
Yes.
are bad.
Yeah, not all of them.
Yes.
Because
they're all not bad.
I feel like it would suck to try and do your job and then a black person whips out their phone and just starts yelling at you for no reason just because of what they've
Exactly.
seen other white
Yes.
cops do. That's not fair. It's
You have a point. Yes, you do.
it's
have
very it's that just sucks for them
But-
because
them doing that, pulling out their phone and yelling. That's just them. They just want to be heard about these situations and these police.
yeah,
Alright, exactly, bro.
it's
Exactly.
it's just one big just mishap of information. You know, information just gets passed through.
Exactly.
I don't know what the next generation is gonna do about police brutality. I have no idea.
Who knows? They may not be police. They might be robots next.
And even with police, just like with the social justice system, it's completely broken for black Americans. You know,
Yes,
like the
it
Central
is.
Park 5, it's broken.
Definitely,
There was hard evidence that they
broken.
didn't do it and they still did time in jail.
Exactly.
It's broken. It's absolutely broken for anyone. You might be an immigrant, you might just be a little bit darker, and then boom. You know, it's just very weird.
It is weird. It is definitely weird.
How
The
just
Central Park 5.
yeah.
How do you guys feel about that one, man?
I feel like it's
Have
probably
y'all watched the movie? Have y'all watched the movie?
I didn't finish the
Well,
little
not the
Netflix
movie, but
the little
documentary
Netflix
or
documentary. I didn't finish it, but I get the point. And it's like
whatever. Bro.
the fact that happened, and like I know it was the 80s, so there was no social media. There was only protests.
Exactly.
If there was social media, I feel
Yes.
like there would be a minor different outcome because social media, it's good and bad. Like
Yes,
say you see your Hispanic neighbor just get their door barreled down by ICE. If you take a video of that, post it on Twitter and say this is not right, more people will see it, more people will talk about it, more people will stand up about it.
Yeah.
But back
Exactly.
in the 80s, there was nothing like that. The internet was barely a thing. And then they just had to go to jail because, you know, everybody can stand up, do their piece, but they're just protesting. Not everybody's going to protest. It didn't reach worldwide. But that's what social media is good for nowadays.
It is. Central Park 5, man. What a historically fucked event it was.
Exactly.
Excuse my language, but it was a historically fucked event.
Because
It was 5. It was 5. Yeah, it was
Mhm.
5. The Central Park 5. I sound like a dumbass. Anyway, yeah, like that was totally uncalled for.
yeah, it really
It's
was.
crazy how there's no hard evidence on them, and
But they
still
still
had to do
did jail
some
time.
They put those kids through a lot, man.
Yeah.
And that actually scars a child, I'd say, for life.
Yeah. Because, like, their brains are just still developing. Like, you're still just
Exactly.
a kid. You just
They were all
really don't
like
know.
14, 15, 16, one of those.
And it's
And
Wait.
it's definitely crazy.
I feel like I could never go through that.
Yeah, I wouldn't survive it. I'm sorry, but knowing the person that I am, I wouldn't be here today if that was me, to be honest. Shout out to the Central Park 5, man. They're some troopers, you know what I'm saying? What's the next
Definitely.
topic? What's
All right,
the
let's
next
talk
topic?
about something on like a lighter note. What else is there to talk
I don't
about?
know, like, are you meaning like brighten up the mood or something?
Yeah, like something like that, just a lighter note.
NBA 2K20
See,
Dropping
you know,
in September.
dropping September 6th, 2019.
Yes, sir. It's gonna be a vibe, man.
I don't even know, guys. Whoever
Well, you don't know
whoever is
anything
listening to
about
this,
that.
2K is not my jam. You know, sport games in
It's
general.
gonna be his jam when he get it. He's gonna run with me, and I'm gonna carry him on my back.
Sport games are just not my thing. Oh, actually, we didn't get Kibari's opinion about the Central Park 5. Kibari, how do you feel about that? How do you feel
I
about
don't
that?
think
even know what it is. Ha ha!
You don't
That's
know what it
crazy.
is?
Anyway, let's go on to the next subject. I'm sorry to brighten the mood. I just had to talk about one thing, bro.
What?
Etika.
Etika. Etika. that was a shock. That was definitely a shock. Because here's the thing, like mental health, it'll get talked about. YouTubers will talk about their anxiety, this, anxiety that, but nobody will really talk about what happens to a person when they really hit that breaking point of like, I really might kill myself tonight. People don't talk about that type of stuff. It really does. Like it's
bad too, bro.
It becomes like a conversation shy. Like as soon as somebody brings that up, it's just like, what happened to them as a kid? Why are they talking about this? But they're just trying to shine light on it. When somebody shines light on it, it'll just be more understanding for people.
Yeah.
But you gotta think about this, right? If they don't want the help, then you shouldn't give them the help.
Not
I mean, but look, right? But look, right? Before all this was happening, right? He rejected everybody's help when he was like in his mental phase. You feel me?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's kind of his fault, but not really his fault. You feel me?
It's not his fault, cause some people, believe it or
Because
not,
people
bro,
are-
some
people
people
are
have
on the-
problems talking about stuff like
Yeah.
that. That could get real personal, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know.
So
You
I
gotta
don't think it
about
was
that
his
way, bro.
fault, but he could have done better to accept the help.
Exactly.
You know,
He
he could have done.
but
He could have.
he could have, bro. You're right.
But when it comes to like things that really hit close to home, like personal problems, you need to find that select group of friends that you'll talk to it to, because
Exactly.
because not everybody trusts everybody nowadays. You know, especially when it comes to social media, you can't trust
and
everybody.
sometimes isolating yourself isn't such a good thing, bro.
Isn't such a good
It's
idea.
not the best solution to use.
Because if you know you got good friends, people you can trust, people you know will never just, you know, hurt you in that type of way, you should talk to them about them, and then they'll get help. They'll help you get help. Stuff like that. But I can see in the social media web space how if you talk to somebody about this type of stuff, they could just subtweet about it. Oh, Edgar thinks about killing himself. What do you guys think? If anybody's that ignorant to ever do that to somebody who's having suicidal thoughts, that's just
You
messed up.
shouldn't- It's none of your business. It's none of your business to be posting about, honestly.
Exactly. And that person trusted you so much to tell you
Trusted
about their
you.
problems, to tell you that they were hurting themselves, to tell you that they were contemplating about ending their life. But you just go ahead and tweet it. People who think about just clout and going for swag instead of helping your friends are just terrible people that just oh my god, that just irk my
They don't
soul.
belong here. They don't belong here.
Just I can't believe anybody would ever do that. And it's such
The Lord will smite them.
exactly. The Lord shall smite thee, because
No cap.
it's just such a bad situation. Like if anybody I know personally is in that situation, like I'll really try and understand everything. I'll try and get them help. Cause that's the
Just
thing.
talk to me, bro. I'm here for you.
Not everybody has empathy and sympathy. That's something that people are losing nowadays. People just think, oh yeah, he's sad, might as well laugh at him. People who just think that way, it's terrible.
It's bad.
It
Cruel
really
world
is.
we live in, man. Cruel. Too cruel.
The fact that you have to be
Next
worried
topic.
about this, man, that got me in the podcast mood. That got me going. Next topic, let's see.
Next topic.
T-Bar, you got a topic?
I might come up with something retarded. Yo,
That's fine on me.
let's keep it positive now. Yo,
Yeah.
what do y'all think about? Ooh, I know a topic. Tropicana versus Minute Maid.
Jesus Christ.
Tropicana? Yo,
Versus
bro.
Minute Maid.
Oh my jeez.
Alright, look.
Did you hear what he just said?
Tropicana's in cardboard, and it's not that good. Minute Maid's better than Tropicana.
Minute Maid bussing. Minute Maid is buzzing. But I'm gonna have to go with Tropicana on this one, bro.
Alright. See, I respect your opinion. Okay, so
know,
let's
thank
talk about high school.
Wait, hold up. Now, alright, Tropicana.
Tropicana.
Right? There's only certain flavors that I like from that that brand. You feel me?
Yeah.
For example,
Tropicana, I could do all flavors, bro.
the grape flavor. You got the grape
Yeah,
punch.
the grape.
Smack.
I like the grape, but I don't think I'd go crazy for it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
The other day,
But then,
I had a.
But then
I
we
had
have
a- I
the-
had a- Go ahead, sir.
all right. But then we have the berry punch, right? Boom. That kind of slaps, but not on Tropicana's end. It kind of
Exactly.
slaps on berry punch's end.
I respect it.
So it's just like, it depends on what kind of flavor it is.
Alright, so
That makes me want to make my final decision. Yeah.
high school. Let's talk about how social media can either end or start your high school / college career. How it can end or just, you know,
That's
begin.
not positive. I want to be positive, bro.
That's not positive. What's positive? It's just a topic. It doesn't have to be like that positive. It's a
Nah, I gotta
podcast
be
with 3
positive,
black
bro.
kids. We just gotta talk.
Wow, that's crazy. All right.
That's it to like the it's
Alright,
real to the
so-
bones.
Let's see. What was the question again, bro?
The topic is just high school and how social media can either start your clout or just end it and end your reputation in high school.
Alright.
Once
so
and for all.
social media.
It's the bane of the new generation.
It definitely
To be
could
honest.
start your career off, bro. It definitely could, but at the same time, it could definitely build up your career. Cause you know, sometimes you can promote yourself on social media. You know,
You
get
definitely
your,
can.
get your clout up. Like me, I'm a YouTuber. Go subscribe to me, Sean Gone Shoot, bruh.
I'll put it in
But
the
yeah.
description of this
Alright,
video.
Hi, bruh. But yeah, you know, I be trying to build up my clout on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? Just posting the videos that I post and all that. But at the same time, it's crazy because like you could be doing something you're not supposed to. One of your friends, and not your friends, but like a random person could find out, and then they have that on you, so they could possibly blackmail you into trying to do some stuff. But then you decline it. You don't do it. That's when they use social media and they post what they have against you to end your career. You could lose followers, you could use subscribers, fans, supporters, all that, bro.
And then
And it's yeah,
like
go ahead.
if social media was your income, if it was your job, the thing that you use to pay your bills, pay everything, and then somebody just destroys you, you would be jobless. You would actually have to get, like, I don't want to say this, like, you know how older people say, like back in the older generation, a real job? Because being a YouTuber and a social media what's it called, influencer, I know people don't like that word, but being something like that, that's a job. That's a real job that people have to understand. That's how people are making money nowadays, because social media is such a vast thing. And then when it comes to social media, and that's how you pay your bills, and if somebody exposes you, then it's like bada boom bada bang, you don't have a job, and then you actually have to use your college degree. And some YouTubers pop off, they don't even finish college, so then they have to go back, get the degree, and some don't even finish high school. That's how good they are. They go back, and then now they got to take their GED, you know, do all that stuff, and it's just a stretch just because somebody was like, yeah, you don't deserve this. That's terrible.
No, it's crazy.
Okay, what else? What else is on like a lighter note?
What else is trending today?
John
John Gabbana.
I don't know who that is.
Wow. Boom Gang.
Me neither.
AKA
Oh,
Boom Gang.
Boom Gang.
Gang.
Oh my God. Oh, if we're talking about this,
Have you seen that boy's face?
yeah, we're gonna go to
Yeah.
Boom Gang, to the ice cream challenge. We're going to those two topics, cause those
Ice
two
cream.
things. Yeah, have you seen the ice cream challenge?
No, sir.
Where you take a carton of ice cream. Kibari, I know you know it, right? You take the carton of ice cream, You lick it. You're in the store. You take a carton of ice cream. You lick the top, put the lid back on, and put it back in the freezer. That
all right.
that is so disgusting. And like the first person to do it, it was a 17-year-old girl. People thought she was an adult, but now they're changing the charges because she's a minor. But it doesn't matter. You're 17. You should have enough common sense to the point where you don't do that type of stuff. Cause look, imagine you and your kids go get ice cream. You'll all wake up the next day with bumps on your lip. Boom, you got herpes just because some ignorant child decided to lick ice cream and put it back. How did you have to be raised to do that type of stuff? What's up with your thinking process? Because if you really think that that's okay, you might think a lot of other things that are bad are super okay. Cause that's terrible.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
What do you guys think about that, the ice cream challenge?
It's disgusting.
Exactly. It really is
To
just
think that
disgusting.
people actually like
Would do that.
downgrade themselves to that kind of version of society is just inhumane.
Because people will do anything for clout. Like, social media, I feel like if you have enough clout, it'll give you a high. Like, yeah, you know, I got the likes, got the followers. For some people, that's a high for them. That's their drug. That's what gets them pumping. And it's like, if that's
what gets them going.
yeah, if that's what you have to do to get going, oh man. Like, why can't... Go ahead.
Go ahead, brother. No, you can go ahead, brother.
Why can't people just do like a nice challenge? You guys remember the ice bucket challenge? Harmless challenge,
Yeah.
helping awareness for ASL. So
Lot of
amazing.
coldness.
So
Lot of
amazing.
coldness.
Back in 2015, 2016, that's when challenges were good. And now it's people like Boot Gang. That man. He's probably like, you know how little kids, they look up to anybody? They look up to people. And now imagine a little kid looking up to Boot Gang and like, yeah, that's okay. That's okay for me to steal shoes, get free haircuts by running out the store, go into random people's backyards, go eat their food that they cook, go hang out with random people with their family when you're not invited. I don't ever want my kid to think that's okay. But because of Boot Gang and how other people influence little children, they'll think that's okay to just walk up, steal stuff, and do all that. And like, I know he tried to change his life around, but recently he just got punched in the face and now his jaw's wired up for six weeks.
Bro going out bad right now.
The bro's done up.
Definitely done up.
So what do you guys think about Boot Gang and how he can influence little kids? How do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about it?
Okay, you just gotta listen. He's gotta get all those tattoos removed off his face first if he wants to influence anyone, to be honest.
I feel
No
you.
cap. Because those things are outrageous, but at the same time, you know, I think it's. I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, but I feel like it's too late now, bro.
It is too late. His
You're
time is
known
done.
You're known for doing stupid shit, basically.
Yeah. He's a one-hit wonder of the internet. That was him.
I wouldn't say. I wouldn't say he's a one-hit wonder because it's a lot of videos out there of him.
Yeah,
doing that
but
foolishness.
as soon as 2019 started, you didn't hear of him until now. Like, I didn't know
Yeah,
Boot Gang was
honestly,
still
I didn't-
around.
I forgot about him. Bro was not.
Yeah.
He wasn't the talk of the
He
town
wasn't relevant.
anymore.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Relevance.
he
That's
wasn't
what
the
gets
talk
people
of the
going.
town.
Because Boot
Relevance.
Gang, you know, he did it just to do it. He was like, yeah, I want to get followers. I want to get big. That's what he's doing. And I feel like that's just not okay. If that's really how you want to just get followers, then you shouldn't be on social media. If you try and do something else, try and put all that energy in something else. You shouldn't be stealing from shoe stores. You shouldn't just be stealing in general. And like, some people
Low-key.
think his videos are fake. What do you guys think about clickbaiting? Clickbaiting for views.
Clickbaiting is bad. You know what? It's
Exactly.
not bad. But It's
It is
bad,
bad
but
at the
it's
same time.
it's bad. It's bad, but it's bad. It's bad, but it's not bad. If you know what I
Yeah.
mean. Clickbait.
'Cause
Let's talk about clickbait.
it's
Clickbait.
so-
All right. So you could have a thumbnail of like, oh, they're giving out free iPhones or whatever, and then they could click the video, and it's nothing about free iPhones. It's about ice cream. That's BS. That you're gonna
Yeah.
lose tons of fans because of that.
Yeah.
But
Sure, I would
at the
still want the
same
ice
time-
cream. I don't
At
care.
the same time, the good part, well, I guess the good part of clickbait is like you get views. You'll get notoriety. You'll get noticed. Like, oh, this guy's a clickbaiter. Don't watch his videos.
Mm-hmm.
But then that's gonna make people wanna watch his video.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like when it comes to clickbaiting, it's such a weird thing because you know if you're a smaller YouTuber and you clickbait, it's okay. It's kind of better than if you're big. So like, say PewDiePie clickbaiting was like, oh my god, I don't know. Oh my god, my cousin got shot. You know, what if he did? That's the
crazy.
worst. That's the worst amount of clickbait, but it's clickbait.
It is. You're
Imagine
right,
he did that. People would be like, oh my god, PewDiePie, you have 97 million subscribers. What are you clickbaiting for? And he still gets good
Exactly.
views. Now, if a smaller YouTuber say maybe we clickbait with this podcast, it wouldn't be as bad to get our name out there, to get a nice, relevant, and consistent viewers. That
I'm
wouldn't
not
be as bad.
clickbaiting, though.
We're not gonna clickbait, but I'm just saying.
I'm not clickbaiting. I'm still not clickbaiting.
For smaller YouTubers, it just feels like it's okay.
I'm not clickbaiting.
Because if PewDiePie ever did that, he would just get so much hate and backlash.
I'm not clickbaiting. I'm not clickbaiting.
Alright, so what do you guys think about the way people get offended at jokes nowadays? What do you guys think about that?
You're too soft. Toughen
They
up,
watch Family Guy.
pussy.
Can't call
You're
people.
too soft.
They're too soft.
Tighten up, tussy.
Alright, well,
They grew up watching
Alright, but
Family
at
Guy.
the same time, you got people that take jokes that like
Too far.
their jokes are too far. Like
Yeah.
talk about they bring family members into it all. They talk about illnesses and yeah, you're pushing your limit, bro. Just
Like,
stick
people-
to the basic jokes, bro.
yeah, people will make racist
Like-
jokes like, oh, he's black, he likes grape soda, likes fried chicken, ah ha ha, that's funny. That type of stuff isn't funny, it's just
That's
stereotypical. That's just not funny.
Yeah. That's crazy. But
And
I'd
then-
be wrong if I said you're a cracker and you live in the hills.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
suburbs.
That was ass. I should have said your mom's on crack or whatever.
Your mom's on crack.
That's
Like,
better.
and
Yeah.
gay jokes. People, as soon as they hear
Exactly.
anything about gay jokes, you will get backlash from almost every person
So backlash.
who you told that joke to. Like if
Tighten up, tussy.
no, Sean, people have different
Tighten up.
people have different
You're
emotional
right.
views.
You're right. You're definitely right. But at the same time, gay people are no different than us, than everyone else. So there cannot be any. I'm not saying you can't feel bad for them. What I am saying is, if you're not gonna feel this way about any other racial jokes, you shouldn't feel that way about gay jokes.
Well-
It's all the same.
Well, it's
Not all
because
the same, but it all has the same purpose.
it's because it's centered towards them. So if you heard a really bad black joke, wouldn't you get like a little bit upset?
I'd agree with
Nah.
like what's the black joke? Give me one. Give me.
I don't
give me
know.
an example.
I don't have any.
A bad
I
black joke.
Just give me an example.
don't have any like
You're so black
PG-13.
that you eat fried chicken.
You said what?
I don't have any that
You're
are
so black that
PG-13.
you eat fried chicken.
Give me a PG-13. That's the worst.
So say like a kid had dandruff in their hair, and like
Uh-huh.
a guy was like,
That's a lame one. I
No.
got one. Your
Oh.
dad was never there. Me, I really wouldn't care because like it's cool. All right.
yeah,
But
but
at the same time, it's some people that
That would
fathers
care.
were there, so that would not care, but like they were there, and it wouldn't really be like
it,
a good
it really
joke.
wouldn't hit with the crowd.
Exactly at all. You got people that could be like, my dad was there. What are you talking about? And that's
Exactly.
that.
And
And then
then
your joke would go down the drain.
yeah, just goes
And then
straight
there
down.
would be a fight.
I guess. Mr. Kibari, sir.
Alright, what else can we talk about? What else is there in the social
And
media
then people are
world?
gonna have to shoot a fade.
Area 51, I'm coming for you.
Area 51. Let's talk about that for a second. How do you
Why
guys
don't
think
you
about?
just grab my ears and...
Okay. So what do you guys
Oh,
think
no.
about Area 51? What do you guys think about that whole just
Area
trend?
51, I'm gonna go see my boy E.T. You already know he in the building, bro.
How high you wanna
People gonna get shot. People are gonna get shot by the
military? Yeah. I high key just really want a Omnitrix or a Power Ranger Morpher, and then I'll be fine.
They're going to die if they do this.
Yeah.
Just think about it.
Everybody deserves to be free.
Everybody, from 250,000 plus people are really going into
Nevada.
secluded grounds.
Yeah.
That's filled with military. They're
We
trained,
have,
you know,
listen.
Yeah.
trained,
We know
trained
it's there.
soldiers, basically.
We know it's there. Because
Okay.
if it wasn't there, the military wouldn't have anything to guard, bro.
Yeah, but it's like that's government-owned property. You can't just walk it. Like
It's not government-only property because it
government-owned.
landed here from a different place.
so, like
It
you know.
wasn't government. Listen to me.
Ooh, I gotta play the game.
wasn't- Listen to me. It wasn't government owned because the government never really owned it.
Well, I'm saying they do own it now. Like that's their space. So like you know how if you go on White House soil, you might get attacked.
Yes.
Like, pushed
Yes,
over.
you're right.
It's that same type of diff, but on a totally different scale because there's like maybe 200,000 people who are ready to just go storm a random base that probably it's just all talk. Like
Talking about some Naruto run.
yeah, you'll say it on Instagram, you'll say it on Twitter, you'll get a retweet, you'll get a like, you'll get followers, but
But then
as
as soon as you get there, then you'll just like turn around so quick
and walk away because
that
you're in the
you'll
middle
start
of the desert
regretting.
in Nevada. Who goes to Nevada in the first place? And then you're just there doing what? Absolutely
What you gonna
nothing.
do? What you gonna do?
You have
Exactly.
no business
How you gonna get home?
there. Exactly.
Doesn't make sense to me.
It's tragic.
It really is tragic. I don't know why anybody would ever do that.
People do anything for clout these
People
days.
will do anything for clout.
Clout.
Alright, so talk about time travel. Let's see, what else? 40 things you can easily talk about on a podcast.
Yo, Rule 34.
We're not talking about that on this podcast.
I know.
What is that?
No.
What is that actually?
Basically,
You don't want to know. You don't want to know.
it's the rule that any and everything can be sexualized.
Ooh. I
Alright.
like this.
Anything.
Anything.
Everything you could think of.
Pooping.
Alright, so
Yes.
since we're going into junior year, how do you guys feel about the SAT? What do you guys feel about that?
No.
Do you guys
It's
feel
a
like we
waste
should?
of time and energy.
Alright.
All this test
Do you think we
shit,
should
bro.
take the test? Do you think it actually is gonna count for anything we do in the future? I want you guys to really like just elaborate on this whole thing.
School really don't. It don't matter.
School matters, but it doesn't matter if you get my boys saying here.
I feel because as
And
soon as
I
you
agree
learn,
with him. I totally agree.
as soon as you
'Cause
learn the
soon as
fundamentals,
As soon as you finish high school, you go to college.
You'll
Some
forget
people
everything.
go to college. Exactly. And
As
then
soon
it's
as you
like,
learn-
wow, I just used all this for nothing. And look. After you finish college, yeah, some people get a job, but some people don't get a job. And it's like, what did I even learn this for if I'm done with school?
Yeah, what did I use those thousands of dollars for?
I'm not saying, look, exactly. I'm not saying like don't not have school at all, cause then your stupid ass will be dumb. I'm saying like, okay, we can have school for like, I'd say, the nice listen, a nice amount of school years is until we finish high school, the way it is now. But it shouldn't be a necessity to go to college.
It's not. You don't have to go to college.
Listen, in my
But
family,
my parents want me to
it's a
go to college.
necessity.
Parents.
Everyone's parents believe going to college
because they
is a
want you to do.
necessity.
Because like my dad,
They want
because
you,
they
they want
yeah,
you
they
to
want you to do better. They want you to be
they
better
want you
than
to
them.
Be great. They want you to be great.
They want you to surpass them
But
because
me, listen, what I'm saying is, if I don't want to go to college, I shouldn't have to.
you shouldn't
can't
have
force
to.
that upon me.
Yeah.
Because then I would be doing something
You
that
don't want to do.
I don't want to do.
And you'll be an adult, so they can't
At
force
all.
you. If you're out their house, they can't tell you what to do anymore.
You're out their house. You're living your life. You don't pay. You don't live there.
Yeah.
Period. You paying your own bills. You have your own apartment. It's just like, bro, I'm grown.
You can
I
actually
understand
do.
I understand you're my parents and everything, but like, I'm grown. I'm not a little kid now. I got
Yeah.
my decisions.
You got
and
your life
I
made
will
up.
make them.
You're making money. You're making your own money. You don't need to go to college. If you out the house, you 18, 19, you don't need to go. They have no, okay, they can advise you to go to college all they want. They can bring it up at every Thanksgiving, every Christmas dinner. How come you didn't go to college? How come you didn't go to college? They can do that and it might get annoying, but they can never force you to go.
Exactly.
Because that's absolutely your decision. And with school nowadays, all you really need is ELA, math, and a tad bit of science, and you're good to go.
Exactly.
You're done.
They should be teaching us how to do taxes, because I don't know how to do that. Do any of you know how to? Like,
How do you do taxes? I don't know.
Taxes is looking like a complete dub for me. 'Cause
exactly.
I don't know.
I might go away for tax evasion, because I don't know how to do my taxes. Because, like,
Me, I just want to be a successful YouTuber. But you know, the city where I live is full of fakeness and darkness. They will not support you. They will not support you in anything that you do unless it benefits them. And that's the bad thing about people, bro.
that really is. Everybody has an
They
angle.
always they always expect to give and then receive.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just gotta be genuine to receive
give.
your blessings.
Yes, you'll receive your
Just
blessing
give-
sooner or later.
Just give, and
Come on,
that's
move.
how I am. Nope, it's not how I am. I expect to receive, but at the same time, I don't expect to receive because I'm like, I know you went out your way to do this for me.
To get me this, yeah, you went out your way.
Exactly.
You know, you're like, say maybe
Exactly.
you got me something for my birthday, and like I didn't get you anything. Well, hold on, nope, I gotta rephrase the situation. Say I got you
Do that
something
again, bro.
for your birthday, and you didn't get me anything for mine. I'm not gonna be like, dang, well, you know, bad friend alert. This is because you didn't get me anything.
You went out of your way to get that for me, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, the appreciation should be there enough. You shouldn't think that you have to get anything in return.
Shouldn't have to receive at all.
That shouldn't be.
You could receive, but don't expect to
Expect it.
receive.
Don't
if
expect it.
If somebody went out of their way to
Wait
do
to
that
get you a gift in the first place. Don't ever expect to be like, oh yeah, you know, I got the
you
gift.
this, so
You got to
where
get me
my
this
friend-
now. Yeah,
Exactly.
that type of stuff doesn't fly with me.
Okay.
Because if anybody ever did that, it would just be like, what are you going for?
What would you even get me this for if you just expected to receive? Because you
Yeah,
don't know what type of situation a person could be in.
exactly. And then if you just expect to receive, it's not a gift. It's just, I don't know. It's just I don't even call it a nice act. It's just something. You know?
Exactly.
It's just something to keep the friendship. You shouldn't have to buy gifts to keep a friendship. That's what that is. That's what that type of gift is. You give it to them just because you think they're gonna, you think you're gonna receive something, and then when you don't, you can't be salty because then that's
Can't
not.
be mad about that,
Yeah,
bro.
that's
your
not a
fault.
gift. That's
If
not
you
a
get
gift.
mad, it's your fault.
Yeah, if you get mad, that's your fault. You should never bought them that if you knew you're gonna get mad.
Exactly.
That's just not. That's.
Shibari, how do you feel about the old give and receive?
Yeah, cause me and Ishan, we talking up a storm, and you just back in there in the corner.
Yeah, you just chilling with your Cheetos and everything.
Yeah, alright.
Alright,
So.
but listen, right?
Hmm.
You shouldn't expect to give someone something and not expect to receive it. You feel me? Cause like, listen, though, right? Like, say for instance, I give you a whole Nintendo Switch. Boom. Now you're supposed to give me the same thing back. How?
Shouldn't expect
How?
that
You shouldn't.
because that's just not how.
You can't
Everybody's
give somebody something expensive and expect the equal value.
Yeah. Cause then it's not a gift; it's just a gesture. It's really just a gesture at that point. A
Yeah,
gift
look at
is
this
genuine, and it has emotional and heartfelt things to it. Like if I buy you a birthday gift, that means that I messed with you. And if you get me something back, hey, you know, thank you. I'll say thank you. I'll still take it. But if you don't, that's fine with me. I don't really care that much because it was a gift from my heart. It goes to you. It's now yours. I don't expect anything in return. That's not how I want to do things. And like that's not how I want to raise my kids either. That's how it's gonna be like. Oh man.
What's the next topic in here?
I don't know. Do you think would this be the last topic? Cause I don't know. It's been like maybe 40 minutes.
40?
Yeah, maybe 40, maybe 50. I don't know. Cause the recording stops an hour. So let's make this the last topic. What would be the last topic?
What would be
Now
the last
I
topic?
feel like we can get 2 more topics in.
2 more topics. All right.
Two more topics.
So-
you know what I'm saying?
What do you guys think about ways to handle criticism? Because there was this post on WorldStar where it was like, to the new age, criticism equals hate. What do you guys think about that?
Criticism. Criticism is basically like, use it to become a better person. Don't use it as hate. Use that as an advantage to better yourself next time. Don't think because somebody says, "Oh, this junk chips," that's just a note to be like, "Yeah, I gotta do better, bro. This was lame." You can't just think of everything as hate all the time. Sometimes you gotta just take it into consideration and be like, "Man, I could have did so much better." Instead, I sold myself for the low. You know what I'm saying?
Like, you can take all that hatred that you feel in your soul just because somebody told you something was wrong. Take it,
Exactly.
criticize your work, make it look better, make it get more views, make it
Know your worth.
Yes, know your worth. Put a lot more effort into it, and then boom, magnifique. You now are better. You now have better things to do, and now just because of that one person, you are now just stepping your game up. Kibari, how do you feel about it?
I don't even know.
No opinions about it?
Nope.
All right, man. So then,
What's the next
I'm
topic,
feeling
man?
neutral.
final topic
respect
here. Let's talk about. Let's see. I really don't know. So, okay. So, actually, how do you think the first podcast went? How do you? Actually, we should talk about that after the podcast. This is just a weird topic to talk about during the podcast. So, let's see. Last topic. What do you? No. What do you guys think the world's gonna look
We gotta
like?
go out with a bang.
With a bang? Alright.
Bang. We gotta go out with a bang.
Fireworks after July 4th.
I hate it. I absolutely hate it. No funny, I hate it.
I actually
dumb.
enjoy it.
It's here's my thing.
I mean, it's not dumb.
I actually enjoy it.
Look, cause like, yeah, you can do it on July 4th because it's regular. You
Yeah.
do it on July 5th because you're still in the spirit.
Yeah, you might have
July
some left
6th,
over.
Okay, all right. July
That's cool.
7th, all right. It's starting to be annoying, but it's okay. But then
Exactly.
when it's like July 8th,
Then it's just like
it's just like you're overdoing it.
you really are.
You're,
I mean, I actually
you're
find
doing
it
too much.
interesting.
yeah, we get it. You like fireworks, but like we don't need no fireworks every single
Exactly.
night. You feel me?
You're right.
Cause you be trying to
respect
sleep and then you just hear a bow, and now it's like hit the deck,
And now
cause you
you
don't know what
think
it
it's
is.
like-
They shooting, and then you gotta hit the deck, cause you don't know if it's really a bullet or not.
Exactly.
Exactly.
We should talk about that. Boom. How can you
Kaboom.
differ between
A bullet and a firework? I have no idea.
And
I have
fireworks.
no idea. I don't know how you could differ through that. It's weird. It's a very weird thing trying to differ through that.
Bullets echo, fireworks don't.
You right. Alright. Well, I guess that answers our question.
There you go. I
So,
live in this city.
you guys want to get
For
one more
way too
topic
long.
in? Or just end
One
it
more
off
topic
now?
again.
One
This
more topic?
podcast seems interesting.
It is interesting. And okay, and before we get to the last topic, if you guys do like this podcast, like, comment your views about the things that we talked about.
Hit us up about with some topics.
Yeah, hit us up with some topics.
Subscribe to all three of us, like the Fensa.
Subscribe to
yeah.
my YouTube.
We'll
Sean
leave
Launch.
Ishan's YouTube down below. We'll leave me and Ishan's Twitter down below if you ever want to tweet, retweet, or just tell us stuff to talk about. Okay, last topic. Let's see.
Let's talk about topics.
I don't
Let's talk
know.
about indecisiveness.
Indecisiveness.
What should you do?
Time
when it
out, I'm a little
comes to
slow. You gotta
indecisiveness?
give me that definition, please.
If you're indecisive, is like
Indecisiveness?
you're like choosing between something.
You don't know what to do.
Yeah.
You don't know what to decide on.
Alright,
Like say
alright,
for instance, you're in McDonald's. Do you want to get the triple cheeseburger or
Or
the
the
freaking
double
Big
cheeseburger.
Mac?
If I'm ever indecisive, I'll just think of all the pros and cons. Think of all the pros and cons of something, and then that should end your
Exactly.
indecisiveness. But if you're indecisive and then you're getting anxiety of this decision of getting this burger, that's not that good. You should talk about it with somebody. Ask for their recommendation, and then if you don't like it, then boom, there goes your indecisiveness. Then you'll just never get that again. Like me, I'm very picky when it comes to trying new foods. Like, I don't like things that I don't know I won't like. So, like, I could try maybe... I don't know. Hold on. Let me just... Alright. I could try... Let's see. Before I knew I liked it, I didn't really like mango that much. It's like, I don't like it that much. But it's like, I didn't try it. So I tried it and it's like, okay, I'll eat it. Same thing with spicy foods. I can't do with spicy foods. Like, if you know me, I just don't do spicy. And my dad's from Jamaica, Jamaican. All they do over there is spice.
That curry.
Yeah, the
that
curry goat, curry chicken, all that. And then me being the half Jamaican, half American, with my full Jamaican relatives. Yeah, Rastafari. With that, it's like, it's just like, wow, you don't like spice. Are you really that Jamaican? When that line gets hit, when that line gets thrown towards me, it's like, wow, is that really how one-sided you have to think? Just because I don't like spice, I'm not as Jamaican as somebody who does like spice?
Yeah, man.
That's crazy.
It's life, though. Yo, one more topic, yo.
One more?
One more.
Okay, so talked about social media, talked about the social
Love doing things for
injustice
clout,
system.
right? Haha.
People will do anything for clout.
But then it gets out of hand.
It does get out of hand. All right, so then
boom.
what else? Or you guys
The ice
just
cream
want to end it off
challenge.
here?
Any challenge, in fact.
Challenges were so pure back in 2014. Nowadays, it just gets terrible,
The cinnamon
terrible.
challenge, it wasn't that bad.
You got
It wasn't
this cucumber challenge going on.
Oh
and
my lord!
Yeah.
The cucumber
Getting
challenge
aroused and
is
stuff, but
terrible.
it's
Mm.
bad
The
business.
cucumber challenge
It's
is
bad.
terrible.
Hello.
Alright, well, we'll end it off
I
here.
don't even
Cucumber
know
challenge
anything about
bad.
the cucumber challenge.
Don't do it, Kibari. We'll show you after the podcast. But thank you guys
Okay.
for listening. Whoever is listening, you know, Sean, say your channel again if you want to.
Hey man, my channel, go subscribe to the YouTube. Sean Gonna Shoot. And
Here's the
Yeah, just-
outro. Here's the outro from the podcast that you guys just watched. Alright, so, Sean.
it's your boy, my YouTube channel, Sean Gonna Shoot. You feel me? Sub for sub, I sub back. I support everybody and whatever they doing. And let's go. You feel me?
Alright,
Podcast
Kibari.
on 3,
Anything you
1,
want to
2,
shout out?
3, podcast.
Podcast. Anything,
Uh,
Kibari?
My YouTube channel, Okaden Mystic, not too hard to pronounce.
Alright,
Yes,
and
sir.
Not
just
too hard to spell.
and just add me on
If you-
Twitter,
if you
MC
subscribe,
World
it's
15.
okay. Yeah, if you don't subscribe, yeah, that's okay too. I mean, it's
Alright,
really your
well,
decision.
thanks to everybody who listened, and this is the first episode of MKE Podcast. Maybe it'll change, maybe it won't, maybe the title will change, maybe it won't. But see you guys next time. Peace.